Hello Crypto Empire, welcome back to an emergency live stream. It is currently October 10th, 2022 around 10 p.m. at night, and I wanted to go live because some crazy things are happening in the crypto market, specifically with the technicals, the price action, which is what I love to trade, what I love to study. My bread and butter when it comes to crypto is, of course, here trading. So there is a lot of volatility right now, and I think it is a precursor for what is to come later on in this week. So in this live stream, I will be hopping right into the charts and going over the nitty-gritty details that every single one of you, I'm sure, is here for. Before we do get started, I want to welcome our live audience into the chat. If you guys can hear me, see me clearly, please let me know by putting it in the live chat box. We're in the new studio. I just want to make sure everything is running properly. But also, I do want to give a shout out to my amazing, awesome community. All of my comments, all of you guys in my Telegram and my Discord, just extremely supportive. I love reading the comments, and I really appreciate every single one of you for being here and supporting Crypto Empire. Really, I think I have one of the best communities out there. We're still small, but we have a lot of potential to become the biggest. So you're here early at Crypto Empire. Thank you for being here. This is where we dominate the crypto market. Smash up that like button. Let's get some hype in the chat. And of course, let's get into today's scheduled content. Before I do that, shout out to Mr. Sellers Homes saying that Crypto Empire going live with a flame emoji. Yes, we are live now, Mr. Sellers Homes. Always grateful for your support. Shout out to Costa saying hello. What's up, Costa? We have Ghost in here saying new studio with the flame emojis. Yes, the flame emojis are necessary for the new studio. We are here, and it's amazing to be here and create from this new studio and, of course, go live with you guys. We also have Sniff asking, are we all gonna die? No, we are not all gonna die, Sniff. But we will survive and make money from this crash. There's no doubt about that. Ghost, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Ian, good to see you, Ian. Hope you're having a good night. All right, we can see and hear me clearly. Shout out to Elizabeth. Shout out to C Green Jr. Shout out to Labradoodle. Big shout out to Labradoodle, one of the most loyal, good-hearted Crypto Empire community members out there. Shout out to Labradoodle. And Ghost saying that Crypto Empire has the best community. Thank you, Ghost, for saying that. All right, guys, let's take a look at the market for a crypto market overview. And right now, the overall market cap is $957 billion, just underneath that $1 trillion level. Very big. Bitcoin trading at $19K. Ethereum trading at $1,279. Big shout out to Expendable Youth saying, looking good, my man. Appreciate that, Expendable Youth. Thank you for your support. Spaceboy and Kitty tuning in from Australia. Good to see you, Spaceboy and Kitty. Thank you for tuning into the live stream, the emergency live stream. We needed to get this one out right away. So ETH trading at $1,279. $1,280 is a major level on the chart. Before we even look at all the other coins, let's just go look at ETH, because ETH is very, very prevalent right now. This is the Coinbase chart. I like looking at the Coinbase chart, keeping this one cleaner for the macro picture, but for my trading, I'll usually use the Bybit or the Binance chart. Now, if we're looking at Ethereum here, look, I shared this earlier on today in my Discord. Basically gave everybody the short. And as you can see, it played out extremely well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that video very quickly that I posted earlier today in the Discord, just so you guys are aware of what we've been tracking all day, all right? Tested, now we're kissing off. Not a good sign at all for Ethereum and the entire crypto market, especially altcoins, because Ethereum sells off, altcoins are going to get battered. All right, so be prepared for this sell-off here that is basically taking place right now. If you're looking to trade it, you would have to put a protective stop loss in, obviously, and for that, I would look to put it above this high at 13.19. Okay, so you would take a short now with a stop at 13.19 as a trade idea, risking 1.5%. And with this sell-off, we could very easily start to test it. So my apologies. I realize that my face box in the live stream is blocking my face box in the video, but this was put out this morning for the Discord at $1,300 Ethereum. Went ahead and it broke that trend line, all right? The most important thing that you need to know is that price is breaking major trend lines on the higher time frames. Specifically, if I go to this Coinbase chart, right, this trend line goes to the bear market lows, and it broke, all right? You can draw this trend line a ton of different ways. There's no denying that. All right, but the way I have it drawn right now, connecting the most candle bodies and wicks possible. Here, 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 here. Right, we have over 6 touches the way we connect this, and price breached the trend line. All right, this is a daily time frame. Again, this goes back to the bear market lows of Ethereum so far to $879. We have now broken this major macro trend line here on ETH. All right, so take note of that. These trend lines really are extremely prevalent when it comes to trading. It's one of the most reliable systems to go off of when it comes to knowing the direction that comes next. When we breach a trend line on the daily time frame that was established 5 months ago now, it has a lot of significance. So to everybody out there who thinks that we're not going to crash, we're not going to sell off, that the bulls are going to make an epic comeback here, again, as I've been saying for a long time here on the channel, right? We've been in the bear market for a while now. I think you're completely wrong, and I think you're going to get absolutely waxed here, especially this week, because if we look at the economic calendar for this week, Thursday, October 13th, we got CPI in the morning, or at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time if you're in the U.S., might make more sense to you. And if we look at Wednesday, October 12th, which is now just 2 days away, we have PPI in the morning and then FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Wednesday. All right, so a lot of volatility coming this week. Get ready for a doozy. And the fact that Ethereum has now breached 1280, let's go to my sloppy Binance chart for a better look at this. But the fact that Ethereum has now breached 1280, it's like the alarm bells are ringing, all right? Sirens are going off. Trouble is brewing. If we were in medieval times and all the villagers were scattered about, in the fields doing what the villagers used to do, they would be ringing the alarm bells telling everybody to get back to the center. Things are about to get ugly, folks, so let's strap in. All right, looking at Ethereum again, we breached 1280. Now, if we are to recover, let's give a best case scenario here. If we are to recover this level at $1,280, we need to get back above 1300. 1300 is my green dotted line you see in the chart here. Now, if we do get back above 1300, it doesn't matter if it gets up there, it needs to hold up there. The pump is not important. This is very critical, right? So listen up, take notes if you're watching at home right now and you're attentive. The pump doesn't necessarily matter, but what matters is what follows after the pump. What holds as support. That's what really matters. So if Ethereum decides to go, we see this in crypto all the time, if Ethereum decides to go pump up here, shake a ton of shorts out, right? We have a ton of late shorts entering on this red candle now. Let's say that the market makers want to shake things up, the whales want to shake things up and pump this back to 13. It's irrelevant if it doesn't close on the daily above $1,300. If Ethereum can close today's daily candle, right, because we use UTC time in crypto trading, so this is today's daily candle. It formed an hour and 38 minutes ago. But if this daily candle can close above 1300, I think it would save the bears, and I think the bulls would be saved. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. I think the bulls would be saved. The bears would get wrecked, right, if we can close above 1300. If not, it's bad news for the bulls, and we are going to go lower. I think $1,000 is highly possible here. Yes, you heard that correctly. $1,000 Ethereum is possible here in this next big sell-off. If you guys recall, $879 is the current bear market low, $881 on this chart. 1050 I have as a red level over here. 1050 is a big one. Let's go to this chart. Right, I have the line here at 1050. $1,050 on ETH. These are the levels that I am watching if we do get this big breakdown, which I think is happening right now, because again, 1280 is my main level on the chart. It's been like that for a while. We lose 1280, we cannot reclaim it. We're going into this major pocket of liquidity. Use my price action lines. Like I was saying yesterday in the live stream, I'm not sure, right? I trust myself so much with my technical analysis and my lines. So when you see my lines on the chart, know that they are very reliable. All right, so use these lines, one at 1150, next one at 1050, as your targets for your shorts here. For everybody in the audience watching from home. Let me go ahead and catch up with that live chat, see what's going on here. Go saying to smash the like button. Yes, absolutely, guys. Smash that like button right now if you're just tuning in. If you're brand new to Crypto Empire, you got to subscribe to the channel. Smash that subscribe button down below. Let's see. Walk by faith, not by sight, saying crypto will rise from the ashes. I agree. This is just a bear market. A bull market will follow. Alla saying hello. What's going on, Alla? How are you? Always good to see you. Costa saying bring out your shorts. Bring out your shorts. Pretty much. Stony Vision. The prices that a lot of altcoins will drop to over these next 2 to 3 months will shock you. Yeah, right. We're already down 90%. We can easily go down another 90%. And let's see. Alice saying whatever support turns into resistance. Yes, exactly. David, hi Connor. May you please move your portrait to the bottom left or top right? It's currently blocking the latest candles that you were talking about. Yes, David. Apologies about that. Let's move this over here. Thank you for the feedback, David. Getting the stream right. Hopefully that works better for you guys. Let me know in the chat right now if that is a better picture so I'm not blocking my precious, valuable technical analysis. And we have Mateo asking, have I seen Casper? Well, let's go look at Casper right now. Casper, 3.4 cents. It hasn't lost the gains that it started up on the 6th of October, right? We had 2 green candles here. David says, thanks, champ. No problem, David. Thank you for the feedback. Glad that we can make that a better picture and a better overall viewing experience for everybody watching now all around the world. Yes, Crypto Empire is a global community. Again, I'm very grateful for everybody out there, no matter where you are in the world, Australia, Asia, North America, South America, wherever you are. I appreciate you being here right now for the live chat. Now let's talk about Casper for a second because we do have some live audience members requesting we take a look at it. So if we look at Casper, it broke out of this major downtrend line. This downtrend line goes back to the 16th of May. Again, going back to trend lines. We'll touch on supply and demand as well, but trend lines really give you supply and demand trading areas, which is why they go hand in hand with supply and demand zones. All right, the two are very similar. Anyway, but trend lines, a lot of significance in my trading. So we got rejected over here in August, but we broke out of this trend line on the 7th of October, just 3 days ago now. So we lose this trend line. Casper is coming back down to base support at 2.5 cents. If it can hold the trend line, like let's not ignore all of this support levels. Previous resistance areas now flip to support. All right, if we look at Casper over here, support, support, resistance, resistance, etc., etc., etc. So if 3.3 cents can hold, well then maybe Casper doesn't crash. But listen, if Ethereum goes to 1K, Casper is going to get wrecked. All right, so keep that in mind. I don't condone banking on this staying high right now. Bitcoin comes down, Ethereum comes down, everything comes down with it. I don't make the rules. All right, don't shoot the messenger. Just the way it is. Catch up with the live chat very quickly. Crow8 saying much better. Awesome, Crow. Sunder N saying, when bull market, bro? 2023. I'd say after Q1 of 2023, the skies will become blue again. The clouds will part. The storm will blow over. And we'll enter a new phase of crypto. For now, we're in the midst of winter. No bull market yet. Not in 2022 at least. Steve Sabat saying, Trucker Steve here. All looking good. Thanks for all you do. It's been a while since catching you live. Working 6 days a week and wrenching on vehicles. Thanks again, Connor. Steve, man, you are a legend. Shout out to Trucker Steve. Shout out to every single trucker out there. Shout out to all the blue-collar laborers, the blue-collar workers working with their hands all day, making the world go round. We would be screwed without all you guys, so I am very grateful. And I'm sure that everybody in the audience, supporters of Crypto Empire, are as well, right? We don't have truckers. We don't have tradesmen. We don't have anything, right? We don't have any infrastructure. So you guys really are the people behind this country, so you deserve a lot more respect. Shout out to Trucker Steve, loyal Crypto Empire community member. Crow saying, new to your channel, nice addition to my subscriber list. Crow, it's a pleasure to have you here at Crypto Empire where we dominate the market. Tell your friends, tell your family, we're here to stay. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin right now. BTC looking pretty ugly. We did have some bullish divergence on the 1 hour chart earlier today. We had RSI making higher lows. We had price action making lower lows. So the bullish divergence was there, but trend is down. Sometimes these bullish signals get invalidated, and that's exactly what happened on Bitcoin earlier. So if we look at Bitcoin, we can get rid of this line now. But Bitcoin, the main level was 19K. My specific price action line was at $19,036.50. This is this yellow dotted line right here on the chart. You should all be able to see it very clearly. All right, this was the level that was breached. This is basically the equivalent of $1,280 on Ethereum right here at $19,036.50. So the fact that we're underneath it, super bad news here. Super bad news. And the point of reclaim, the best case scenario for the bulls here, because listen, this sell-off that we have right now, if we go to the hourly chart, this sell-off happened right at the daily open. Quick tip here, write this one down. Whenever something happens at the daily open or the daily close, right when that new daily candle is about to form, it's highly possible that it's a fake out. Here, I've been expecting this sell-off for a while, and I think there's some stuff looming on the horizon. We have a lot of macro. We're getting the inflation numbers this week. But whenever we get a big move on the daily open, typically it can be a head fake, a fake out, a false breakout. So it is possible we bounce, right? It's possible we bounce back above resistance here. But again, same thing as ETH. It needs to hold support on any bounce. If it doesn't hold support on Bitcoin, I would say your level to get back above is right here at $19,270, the top of this green shaded area. All right, if Bitcoin can get back above here and hold it as support, it can save the sell-off. If not, it's not going to save any sell-off. It's going to get a nice punch in the face going down hard on the canvas. Okay? So with Bitcoin, our target levels, we obviously have a big one here at $18,679. That is the bottom of this gray zone, and we've breached the gray zone, obviously, all right? So that's something to take note of. Whenever we breach the zone, we expect it to test the bottom, or at least mid-zone, mid-range, right, where these wicks have gone. So our targets here for Bitcoin locally, right, this is less than a percent move. Not hard at all to get a 0.75% drop or a 1.5% drop from here, but I'm more concerned obviously about the $17,500 level, which is that bear market low. It's very possible it gets tested here within this week, especially if CPI data comes in bad. For sure, these lows are going to get tested, and as I've been saying, $14,000 to $16,000 on Bitcoin is my bear market low prediction. Nobody has a crystal ball to tell you exactly where that bottom is going to be. So anybody who claims that they know where it is, they're simply just going off their analysis. Nobody knows for sure. All right. So if you're new here and you hear somebody who's talking very confidently about where a specific thing is going, I do that too, right? Because I can analyze the charts, but nobody knows exactly where this is going to bottom out. But if I was a betting man, I would say between $14,000 and $16,000 on Bitcoin, okay? But here in the immediate short term, again, look at our economic calendar. Wednesday, FOMC meeting minutes. Thursday, CPI at 8:30 a.m. This is big. Personally, I don't expect to sell. I wasn't expecting anything until after this meeting on Thursday. The fact that things are starting to take shape now makes me think that something's getting priced in early. The market is always forward-looking, and it's always earlier than the herd to go ahead and price things in. All right, this sell-off hasn't really accelerated yet, though. It may here. If it does, well then, obviously it's not going to wait until Thursday. But I think after Thursday, we're really going to know for sure if this is the drop, the big one that I've been waiting for, that everybody's been waiting for. Sorry, bulls, you're not going to get the pump that you think you're going to get here. Right, we're not going to 28K, I don't think. Highly doubt it. All right, let's check out what's going on in the live chat here. Costa asking, did you have a go at XEN, Connor? No, I did not have a go at XEN. I'm not sure what that is. Christopher Constant saying Union Carpenter here. Awesome, Christopher. Appreciate your work. Crowway giving the thumbs up. David saying buying all coins 10K a piece. Yeah, if we get Bitcoin at 10K, I'll be buying a few of those coins for sure. Putting them in my safekeeping. Away from everybody. 100K. Not sure what you're saying over there, David. Anyway, Reddit saying, what altcoins have potential in your opinion? That's a good question, Reddit. So if we look at CoinGecko, up here in the top left, we have the number of coins in the market It is currently 13,171 coins in the overall crypto market. That's quite a bit, no? It is quite a bit. I'd say 95 to 99% of these 13,171 coins, tokens, won't be here a few years from now. Most of them are complete trash. Most of them are complete garbage. So we need to be very selective about the assets that we decide to put our hard-earned capital into. Liquidity is the lifeblood of investing. You don't have any capital, you don't have liquidity, you got no business being in this game, all right? You need liquidity, you need capital, and more importantly, you need to preserve it and allocate it in the correct places so it grows. So picking your altcoins is absolutely critical. Obviously, we have, the top 10. Ethereum, easiest pick in the bear market. We see sub $1,000, sub $500 Ethereum even. I think Ethereum can go below $500 at the bottom of this bear market. It might just be a wick. So I would recommend, not financial advice though, but I would recommend to use a limit order. Maybe put it in ahead of time. Sub 500 in case it's a quick wick down and it goes back up very quickly within the same day. You want to make sure you get your orders filled and you want to make sure you get your ETH below 500 if that does happen. All right, but obviously Ethereum and Bitcoin should be staples in your portfolio. Now, if we're going to talk plays where we can really multiply some money, I've made videos on all these. Quant, obviously a good one. Some of my favorites right now, HBAR, Elrond. All right, I'm going to stick with those for now. I'm not going to go on a whole altcoin picking spree here in this live stream. That's not what I'm here for right now. I do make videos like that, so if you're new here, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video when I make my altcoin portfolio allocation for the bear market video. But for now, I'll keep it simple. HBAR, Elrond, in my opinion, if they don't 10x, I'll be damned. Really, seriously. All right, let's take a look at the live chat again. Chris Dell saying, yo, Connor, what's goody? What's going on? Chris, it's good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Smash up that like button if you're just tuning in right now. We got Rigoberto Chavez Jr. saying, yo, sweet a Monday live stream. Appreciate it. My extra summer hours, been waiting for this dump, hopefully. Rigoberto, you've been putting in that work, working overtime, working on the weekends, working over the summer for this moment right here, right now. I'm happy to be here on this live stream. And yeah, let's hope for some lower prices so we can fill our bags with all of our favorite coins. So again, for anybody just tuning in right now, Bitcoin below $19,036.50 is very bearish. If it can't reclaim this and then actually get back above my green shaded area here at 1267, we would need a daily close today above 1267 in my opinion to save this from just completely crashing to the bear market lows at 17K and beyond. All right, but if we're below 19K, not a good look at all. Obviously a ton of demand support areas in this region, but we're in a downtrend. What happens in a downtrend to a demand zone? The same thing that happens to a supply zone in an uptrend. It gets destroyed, it gets broken through, all right? So that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. Let's take a look at a few altcoins as well. Crow8 asking thoughts on Glimmer. Okay, good question, Crow8. My thoughts on Glimmer are I'm still bullish on Glimmer. The ecosystem is definitely going through some growing pains right now. It's a very small ecosystem, a small community. It doesn't really get a lot of love from all of your, popular crypto influencers, you can call them, right? People with huge followings don't usually talk about Glimmer. But I do hold it, and I do think it will do well in the next bull run. Listen to my words here, my wording, my language. Next bull run. We're in the bear market. In this bear market, I think Glimmer will continue to get smacked down to the ground. Next area that I'm looking at for Glimmer is going to be around here, sub 35 cents. Okay, in the bull market, I think it's going to be a great coin. In the bear market right now, though, not so good. All right, it's going to keep on going down in my very own humble opinion. And 35 cents is that breakout, right? We had this symmetrical triangle over here. Over here is where I'm looking. And the measured move breakout would take us right to 35 cents. All right, so I'm waiting for that measured move breakout to actually play out. That's my thoughts on Glimmer. Hope that helps, Crow8. Don asking, will ADA follow the same trend? Don, amazing question. So Cardano, I actually covered in yesterday's live stream. I'm sure that most people watching right now in the live audience were also in attendance for yesterday's live stream. So you guys all know that we were looking at this and expecting exactly what played out to actually play out ahead of time. Call us fortune tellers. No, we just look at the charts and know how to read the charts and actually make decisions based off of the price action. So what did we talk about yesterday with Cardano? But to answer your question, Don, yes, Cardano will follow the same trend down. Okay? But what did we have here that let us know that it's most likely going to breach this support line, this yellow dotted line? First of all, we had the series of lower highs. Lower highs, what does this mean? When we have lower highs, what is the significance? Good question. Let's explain that. So when we have lower highs, it means that each bounce gets weaker and weaker and weaker because there are less buyers actually buying the bounce. So that just tells us that the sellers are in complete control, which is why we expect it to break down lower. Another thing is just basic support and resistance. So here we have the support level at 42.5 cents. And the more times that price tests the support level, the weaker it gets. I've used the analogy before. Think of a huge battering ram trying to barge down a door. The more times that that huge battering ram hits those door hinges, the weaker the hinges gets, and then eventually it just gives out altogether. That's what happened here on Cardano yesterday with the drop. We covered this in yesterday's live stream, so it's no surprise to see it play out in real time right now. And very quick, I'm just going to fix my chart. I want to make sure that you guys can see the whole picture here. This thing is too big for the screen right now. Bear with me as I fix this. That should be a little bit better, but we can't see the other axis yet. My apologies. I should have fixed this before our live stream today, but we go on the fly here at Crypto Empire. We're not a perfect production, but we're pretty dang good. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're upgrading the quality of the production here. All right, this is taking a little longer than I expected, but it is what it is. All right, we're not going to get that x-axis. All right, we got it. Cool. All right, perfect. That should be much better for everybody at home. All right, let's see. Reverend Flashback saying, hi, Connor. Great to see you. Why do I get all notifications with a 20-minute delay? Do you know that? That's the first time that I heard that, Reverend Flashback. I'm not sure why you were getting a 20-minute delay. But that's why it's very important that you join the Crypto Empire free Telegram group. The link to that can be found in the description box down below. And in that Telegram group, you get, I write, or somebody on the team writes a message, right, to let everybody know that we're going live or a new video is released. So join that free Telegram group so you get the notifications on time. Harp87 saying, still a lot of tokens to be released on Glimmer, going to fall like a rock. Yup. Harp, that pretty much is in total alignment of what I was just talking about. So we're definitely on the same page here, expecting some more big drops from Glimmer before it bottoms out. And I think, let's go back to Glimmer very quickly. So I think that the bottom, we're not going to have a V-shape bottom. I think it's going to be a super long, drawn out one. So we'll know. We'll know. It's not going to happen overnight. Go saying, hey Connor, just curious, how many different projects will you be holding once we bottom? My list keeps growing. It's getting ridiculous, currently at 23. All right, Ghost, good question. Too many right there. 23 is too many. You want to be diversified, but when things get exciting, the trend flips bullish again, you're not going to want to be holding 23 different projects trying to catch them all. It's just not going to happen. All right, so you could if you're staring at your computer all day. But I would recommend 10 max, right? I like that 10 rule for your maximum number of altcoins that you track, because really the key in crypto is not to be spread too thin. 23 is a lot. Your portfolio size is very important. I don't know how much money you're working with. I don't know if you're working with 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, right? All that will make a difference. But especially the higher amounts, the more concentration you have, you want some diversification, which is why I recommend 10 max. But the more concentration you have with capital into a certain pick, for example, something like HBAR or Elrond, let's say you can throw in 100K in each of those, they go up 10x, which I think is highly possible. You turn 100K into a million, not once, but 2 times. All right? So that's what that's my thought process, right? I know that I don't need to be holding 23 different ones, but if I can just catch a few, 10xers, 20, 30x's, which I think are very possible, especially in crypto. I've caught a 280x before, all right? I've caught 100x's. I know it's possible, right? So that's how I'm kind of looking at things, all right? So 10 is the max for me personally. I like to be a little bit concentrated, but also a little bit diversified. Hope that answers your question, Ghost. By the way, guys, 48 viewers, only 29 likes. Go ahead right now, smash up that like button down below. Rigoberto asking Connor for a safe 3 to 6x gains next bull run. Would it be safe to say invest in Cardano, Ethereum, Binance as a new investor? Would it be better to go for the blue chips? Certainly. That's a very, very strong point, Rigoberto. So Ethereum, perfect example. What was the Ethereum bear market low in 2020? It was $88, $80. All right, we can see that over here, March 2020. Even in April, May, we're trading below 200. What did it go to? It went to 4,900, 4,800. All right, that's a very good return right there. Cardano went like 50x. These are the main blue chips, the top 10 in the market. So Rigoberto just brought up a very good point. Everybody's looking for that small micro cap that nobody's ever heard of before. We can see here in 2020, Cardano was 2 cents, 2.5 cents. Its all-time high, $3. All right, 100x, easy. So, yes, for the new investors, if you can time the bottom, nobody can time the bottom though, but if you can dollar cost average in this bear market with just the blue chips like you mentioned, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, I would say it's not a 100% guarantee, but it's almost a given. You see at least a 3 to 6x on those. There will be diminishing returns. So Cardano 100x from March 2020 to the peak last September. So I don't think we're going to get another 100x, but a 3 to 6x is almost a given to me, as long as it doesn't cease to exist altogether. Something like Cardano, BNB, etc. Right? BNB and Ethereum are the two that are very strong for the longer term. So I like those. Ghost saying he appreciates it. He'll trim it down to the must-haves. Absolutely, Ghost. I'm happy to help. Crow8 saying, tried to join the Telegram group multiple times, but error is coming up. User doesn't exist. I'll sort that out after the stream, Crow8. I'm not sure why that's happening. I've heard it happen before. I don't know. Some people get in, some people don't. I'll try to figure that one out. All right, guys. I see Reverend Flashback just joined. All right, something's wrong with my Telegram link. I'll fix that after the stream. Thanks for letting me know, everybody. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, if you want to be trading crypto and you need an exchange, check out Bitget. Link is down in the description below. 0 spot trading fees, so you can do all of your dollar cost average orders if you use a limit order with 0 fees involved. Beats Coinbase tenfold. So you might as well check out Bitget. Link down in the description below. And if you like to trade with leverage futures, that's where I trade. You get a discount on fees when you use my link. All right, let's take a look at some more coins. Let's look at HBAR. Let's talk about the ones that I have basically just mentioned. So HBAR right now, not looking too hot. Getting rejected off of this trend line on the daily here. As you can see, we have a few resistance trend lines. More notably, we have this one going back to August 22nd. And we've gotten rejected multiple times here over the past few weeks, we've gotten rejected from this trend line. More recently, we pumped out a support over here at 5.7 cents, right to the trend line, but we got rejected and we're right back down to where we were. All right, so we're seeing the banker coins like XRP and Quant really perform extremely well. And if you guys haven't heard of the ISO 20022 crypto list, let's try to find a list of this. So we have ones like Ripple, Stellar, HBAR, IOTA, Algo, XDC, Quant. We got ETH in there. All right, we have these ISO coins. Here are the compliant ones. Hedera is one of them. So is XRP and Quant. All right, so we're seeing easily the most excitement from XRP. They are in a lawsuit, a pending lawsuit with the SEC. They're probably going to win that lawsuit. This pump was speculation that they're going to win in the immediate future, right, in the short to midterm future. That was the speculative move on XRP, and Quant also ripping it. I mean, I'm super bullish on Quant, don't get me wrong, but I think that this pump isn't necessarily justified. It's not immune to a bear market. All right, so if you're buying now, chasing it, not a great idea. I think it does come back down, right, to 96 to 110, this nice little pocket here. I think it does come back down, but we're easily seeing the most excitement out of these two banker coins. Now, if we look at HBAR, right, you guys see Quant, you guys see XRP. If we look at HBAR, though, it's still in this long, drawn-out range. And how long has it been in this long, drawn-out range? It's been in this for a long time, actually. If we take the 15th or the 13th of June, whoops, wrong measurement. I need this one here. If we take the 13th of June and take it to current day, 4 months. This is a 4-month basing period for HBAR. XRP already broke out. Quant already broke out. HBAR looks like it's about to lose its bottom support here and head into my buy zone, which I would love. Right? I would love to see HBAR in my buy zone. I outlined this buy zone like 5 months ago. All right, so it's coming to fruition here. Looks like we're about to get it soon. All right, if HBAR can't bounce off of this support, it will wick into the zone. So 5.57 cents is our, or 5.5 cents is our current low, but 5.57 is a big support level. All right, so HBAR definitely on my list, but in terms of price action right now, it's not looking very strong at all. We can go to the 4-hour chart, and we just lost this trend line. Don't ignore the trend lines, folks. We break a 4-hour trend line. We expect that 4-hour trend to continue lower. Another thing, what do we have? We have lower highs. This is a downtrend. Expect HBAR to head into the 4 to 5 cents area down here next, unless we get that miracle and ETH manages to close above 1,300 on the daily today. All right. Daniel C. saying, why did Casper pump the other day? I don't know the exact reason of why Casper pumped. Maybe some government signed a deal with them, or they got a new enterprise client. I have no idea why Casper pumped. Can't answer that question. SB asking, I'm going to buy into XRP. Do you think it will drop to 30 cents again soon? Let's check out XRP. So XRP, nothing's changed. We're now using previous resistance as current support. I take that back. Something has actually changed here on XRP. What is that, you may ask? Well, okay. There's 1,000 ways to draw these trend lines. This is a good one here in the 4-hour. All right, so take note of this one. On the 4-hour, we have not broken this trend line. If XRP breaks this line, that's very bearish. All right, but for now, it's still intact. No reason to panic. Price is in a demand zone. All right, we have a drop, base, rally, explosive move out. Bring this over to the left. Price is in a demand zone right now. Does line up with our support trend line. Again, as I was saying a little bit earlier, your demand, supply and demand, and your trend lines go hand in hand. Like peanut butter jelly on bread, right? It goes right with it. So XRP, our major support, let's go back to the daily, is going to be at 45 to 46 cents. That's the previous top of the range that we had. We broke out with this huge breakout candle. We pierced below the main support at 45, 46 cents, but we quickly reclaimed it with the double bottom W reversal out of it. This isn't 88.6 though, so that's not very good. Yeah, we have the 88.6 tap. It's not looking too good for XRP. So to answer your question, I think it will at least come back down to 45 cents here in the short term. If it loses 45 cents, it will go to 40 to 38 next. All right, so here's your path. If XRP can hold this trend line, I doubt it does. It can continue higher. But if it loses this trend line, first it's going to go test 45 to 46. If it loses that, it's coming back down here to 48 or 40 to 38. And will it come back to 28? It depends what happens with the lawsuit. If this lawsuit comes out tomorrow and they win, it's not going to even break 45 cents. It's going to go to like $1. So too many variables at play to be discussing here. It's fun to bring up the what if hypotheticals all the time, but it's not realistic, right? So I like to stick to realism, to facts, to objective reality. Nothing gets me going more than when people try to say that objective reality is wrong. So yeah, we'll stick to that for now on XRP. Hope that helps, SB. Len, thoughts on GRT, the graph? The graph has been a quiet one, not doing anything for a long time, but holding in that top 100. For anybody who's brand new to crypto, doesn't know what the graph is, this is one of the most hyped up projects of last year, right? There was a big pre-sale for it. It's basically supposed to be the Google. It indexes on the blockchain. A lot of people really like this one for the long term, but they had that pre-sale, which means there's a ton of early investors who got in the pre-sale that have just been dumping on the market since it started. And that's why the chart reflects in this manner here. And that really goes to show in a bear market, right? The coins that have bad tokenomics and gave a ton of coins, tokens to their pre-sale investors, it really shows in a bear market because all those early investors that got in, below 3 cents just sell for profit. All right, so that's my overall macro thoughts on the graph. It's a good project, but the pre-sale is just making people sell. And if we look at this right now, this weekly candle at the most bottom point, this thing looks like it's about to break down lower. GRT in for a big drop here. People lie, numbers don't. Right now, the numbers are saying this thing wants to go lower. All right, where may it go? Let's find our 0.27 Fibonacci extension level, and that brings us right to 6.4 cents. And then possibly we have 3.9 cents as well on GRT. All right, that's a macro. I'm not going to drop it lower than a weekly. I don't ever look at GRT's chart, but that's your macro analysis on GRT. Len, hope that helps. Guys, we got 50 likes, or 50 viewers, only 39 likes. Smash up that like button. Let's get it hype right now. Alice saying, what wrecked me a lot starting out is not understanding inflation and various token emissions / distribution of new projects other than Bitcoin's proof of work. Ala, great point. Right along the lines of what I was just discussing with GRT. We need to know what the fully diluted market cap is. All right, so the GRT used to be a lot worse, right? The circulating supply is 74% of the total supply now. It used to be much lower, but there's been tokens getting introduced into circulation over time now, so that number's going up and up and up, which is good. You want this supply to be in circulation on the open market. You don't want it to be vested away in a pre-sale investor's wallet waiting to just sell on the open market. And one of the most important things to look at always with your altcoins is the fully diluted valuation. Here on GRT, the fully diluted valuation, meaning that if all 10 billion coins were in circulation, then the market cap would be $894 million. But right now, only, like I said, 74% of the supply is in circulation, which means there's only 74% of the market cap there at 661 billion. But the ones that have a crazy difference between their fully diluted and actual market cap are the coins that red flag, alarm bells, don't touch it. Right? Don't even think about touching it with a 10-foot pole. Alla asking, is Quant Bitcoin likely to pull back? Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart, Alla. Glad that we got that camera sorted out so that we can see the whole entire picture with the live stream, right? That's very important. Thank you for letting me know about that. So Quant Bitcoin right now, I brought this up. Everybody should be familiar with this video that I made. It wasn't even that long ago. It's so funny. This one here, it was a month ago now actually, which is crazy. Right, let's look at some of these comments. Horrible advice. You should not be advising people. I wasn't telling anybody to sell their Bitcoin for altcoins. People are always going to troll in the comments. But if we look at this one here, we were looking at Quant, and at this time it was still in this pennant, right? Percent. So what does this mean? What should you? A lot of the coin, right? It's still in this pennant. If we look at Quant now, obviously it broke out of that pennant and it marched up higher, another 60%. So I don't know who you want to listen to, guys. These folks in the comments saying that I'm wrong, or myself, the guy that does this every single day who's been doing it for 5 years now. I don't know. You guys make that decision on your own. And if you like it here and you're brand new, smash that subscribe button down below. So is Quant Bitcoin due for a pullback? It certainly looks like it, unless it's about to break out into new all-time highs. This is, if we look on the daily here, let's get a better picture to make sure everybody can see the candle formation that I mark out. Everybody's eyes should immediately go to the same formation here, especially if you trade my style of supply and demand. What do we have? We have a rally, we have a base, we have a drop. Here's our rally, okay? It's our rally candle. Here's our base and candle. And there's our drop. Not the strongest drop by any means, but it is a full red candle. The body makes up 100% of the candle. All right, there's no wick, which lets us know that it's a drop candle, not a basing candle. So there's a few ways we can draw out this supply zone. The most common way, the way that I'll usually do it, is take it from body to the highest wick, like so. Of course, we want that red for a supply zone, like so here. But the other way to do this would be to take it from wick to wick, which is also fine, but it's going to be more risk if you enter into a short at this proximal line, because you have a bigger distance to cover for your stop loss, right? This would be a 22% stop if you take your entry right at the proximal line. But if you did it body to wick, it would be reduced drastically to 14-15%, right? So 7% less risk. Anyways, 1,000 ways to skin the cat. That's how you identify your supply zones for anybody who's brand new. And if we look at this, right, if we took this wick to, let's do it wick to wick. So if we took this wick to wick, we got our first test of the level. Now, obviously, there's sellers up here. This is the highest point on the Quant Bitcoin chart. If you guys listen to me, which I don't give financial advice, I just let you know what I'm seeing and doing in the market. But if you guys, liked my analysis and made your own decision to follow along, you would have been in Quant at least at the minimum here. You caught 60%. What does that mean if you make 60% on Quant versus Bitcoin? That means that if you put in 10 Bitcoin, you're able, when you go up 60%, right, you have your original 10 that you invested into Quant, but then at this point, you're able to sell it for 60% more. So your 10 Bitcoin actually turns into 16 Bitcoin. This is why trading the Bitcoin pairing is favorable to a lot of people. I like to do it as well, right? But I mainly talk about US dollars because it's easier for everybody to comprehend. I get less questions. So I'll mainly stick to my analysis on YouTube with just USDT and not Bitcoin, but I'm always watching the Bitcoin pairs. As a trader, you need to always be watching the Bitcoin pairs. That's why we also look at Bitcoin dominance. That's why I made that video 1 month ago, because it has significance. Bitcoin is the king of the market. If you can turn 10 Bitcoin to 16 Bitcoin in 28 days, I think you'd like to take a try at that opportunity, no? Right, that's exactly what happened here. So will it pull back from here? Highly likely it does pull back, right? This is pretty much a parabola. Strong uptrend is what it is. All right, we need to wait for the technicals to show. Like right now, this could possibly be some bearish divergence forming. Let's pull up our RSI and take a look at this. Yeah, it's bearish divergence. It is. This is due for a pullback. How do I know? We got the lower highs on the RSI. We have the higher highs on the price action. Basically telling us that even though price is going higher, it's losing relative strength. That's how we know a drop is to happen after. Right, a drop is coming. So yeah, this is in a supply zone and showing bearish divergence. So Ala, yes, this is due for a pullback. That's my final answer. Let's see, Christopher saying, do you think Bitcoin makes one more run of the major trend line of 1950? Christopher, good question. So I did discuss this at the beginning of this stream when I went over Bitcoin, but I'll talk about it again very briefly for you. So the miracle here for Bitcoin, it is possible, right? We see these wicks here letting us know that buyers are stepping in, very low volume. But if the bears are going to get, blown out here and the bulls will take over, we would need to see price recover above 1279, 1280 and flip this to support. Now, if that does happen, it's very likely that this trend line is retested at 19,500. All right, it's very likely that happens. So to answer your question, it's possible. Personally, I really don't think that the big mega drop, if we are to get that big mega drop, which I do think we get, I don't think it's going to happen until after this, 8:30 a.m. Thursday morning CPI. Right, the market's waiting for this. We're getting some shenanigans right now, letting us know, or giving us a precursor of what's to come. But yeah, we need to see Bitcoin recover some levels if it's not going to crash hard. The first one is 1279, 1280, and then obviously, I'm thinking about Ethereum, 19,280, and then 19,500 on Bitcoin are the levels that you want to see price reclaim if we are to get spared here. Rigoberto saying to smash the like button. Yes, please. Thank you, Rigoberto. Chris asking, yo, Connor, what's your thoughts on CRO? I think it will be a big winner like Qcoin was. Chris, good question. CRO, not my favorite coin, but I'm aware of the fundamentals of it. I'm aware that it is, primed to do very well. They literally bought Staples Center, or bought the naming rights to Staples Center, and started to call it the Crypto.com Arena. That's where the LA Lakers play in Los Angeles, the basketball team. You probably heard of Kobe Bryant before. He was the main attraction over at the Staples Center for like 2 decades. RIP. But yeah, Crypto.com literally bought that arena, their naming rights, and named it the Crypto.com Arena. They plan on staying. Also, you got people like Tom Brady, or I think he's FTX actually. Anyway, Tom Brady's involved in crypto now. But CRO, what are my thoughts on it? I think it will do well next bull run. I don't trade this coin very often. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I haven't been tracking it. I haven't been trading it. Let's go to a 3-day chart. And yeah, this is also, over here at base support. My gray box here. As you can see, we are just touching it. Which tells us that there's buyers here. Okay, but yeah, I expect this to get breached and we go down into the 7 cents area on CRO. I do think it will do well, but I'm not banking on it. I'm not holding it, buying it right now. Anyways, Chris, good question. And SB saying thanks, no problem. Labradoodle saying XMR looks ready to go lower. Where will it go? Let's go look at Monero. So Monero here. Let's go to a daily chart. Monero. So what do we have, guys? What do we have? We have an obvious downtrend. How do we know that? Look at that short, by the way. We caught this one back in May. Of course we did. So on Monero, we have an obvious downtrend. We're in a descending channel, actually. So let's draw that descending channel. Let's take it top down here. Labradoodle, I know you want the answer right away, but I'm going to go through the whole analysis first. All right, so here on XMR, we are in a downwards channel. Price is oscillating between this diagonal support and resistance. More importantly, we do have a mini uptrend forming here on the daily that is going to get tested here very soon. All right, notice how this dotted line in the middle of the range, the middle of the channel, is a support resistance line. Price does respect it. Price is now below that SR level, support resistance level. Okay, so we're going to come down to this trend line here. If Monero loses $140, we're going lower. Okay, we're going right here to 125 next. All right. So if you wanted to play this short, which I know you're itching for a trade, Labradoodle, I know you. What you would want to do is you would want to put the stop a little high at 5%. Not the best, but if we go to 125, we have the opportunity to make 11.5%. Not a good risk reward, but if this is the big mega drop, be careful here, guys. This is not a great time to enter into a short. I would like to maybe get a pullback to 143 if possible to get a better entry. But right now, we're here at 140. But it is possible that XMR does get back down here to maybe 118. And we can see a 16% drop when it does eventually, obviously, breach this channel. Okay? Could take a while. If we get a big sell-off, it could be instant. But that's it right now. Hope that helps, Labradoodle. Let's see. Rook and Pawn saying there is zero value in crypto. Only valuation that makes sense is $6 Litecoin and $390 Bitcoin. Rook and Pawn, I think you may have lost a little too many games of chess today. You might be a little bit frustrated. I don't agree with what you're saying. Frustration can cloud your judgment. You're obviously a chess player with your name Rook and Pawn, but I don't agree with what you're saying right now. Let's see. Crow8 asking, what is your favorite low cap coin that has a promising future? Good question, Crow8. So I talk a lot about that kind of stuff in my private community, right? My Discord group. I actually just called out a new low cap that I'm starting to buy and stake for the longer term yesterday in my Discord. So yeah, I talk a lot about that stuff in my Discord group. Head on over to my website, cryptoempireco.io, to learn more about that if you want to join. But one low cap, I mean, it depends how low you want to go. Popular one right now is RSR. Obviously getting hit currently. Back down to 6.4 cents. Let's take a look at RSR really quickly. Yeah, this thing got rejected. So this is where Monero or Quant Bitcoin is, right? Quant Bitcoin is in a major supply zone, showing bearish divergence. So it very well could end up looking like this. Right, RSR was pumping off of the mainnet narrative. Now the date for that was October 8th, I believe, and here we are. Price started to sell off on October 7th. Funny how things work. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Don't be the bag holder. Anyway, this is a good one. I still think this is going to do well. We're in a bear market now. It's going to take a while to recover, but yeah, this is a good one in my opinion. Let's see. Chris saying, Connor does good work. Been watching him for a few years now. Chris, thank you for saying that. I appreciate your support for a few years now, like you said. Labradoodle asking, Uniswap in its drop-based drop zone currently went short. Let's take a look. And Rook and Pawn saying, who would have thought the crypto explosion was just low interest rates? I mean, dude, look at every single asset class. You're doing a singular comparison to only crypto. Look at housing, look at stocks, look at commodities. I mean, oil did go negative, but that's because, you know, the Saudis literally crashed oil back then so they could do some strategies. But we'll talk about that on Rumble, not YouTube. What am I looking at? Uni. But yeah, every single asset bubbled in all the high risk on assets bubbled in 2020, 2021 because the Fed printed money. They stopped the money printer. So yeah, crypto has value though. I disagree with your statement. So Uni saved this 625 support. Again, my lines. I have too much faith in my lines. Right? Look how well they work. So Uni right now, let's see, Labradoodle says Uniswap in its drop-based drop zone currently went short. So we have a drop. I guess you call this the base. So Labradoodle, we have a supply zone here. We have one right here. It lines up with our 50% Fibonacci retracement. As you can see, our 50% smack dab in the middle at $6.64. So if you do want to short this, this would be where I would look, right here at our 50% in our supply zone. Okay. Let's see. Chris saying they do massive marketing. I think you're talking about CRO. Yeah, you guys are talking about CRO right now. Their marketing is actually very funny. Matt Damon, great actor, by the way, great actor, but you know, just making a quick buck off of promoting CRO. Let's see. Mike S. More like being brave, lost a fortune. Hey Connor, have you heard of XDF? New GMX in the making. Pull up the chart if you have time. I have not heard of, or YDF. YDF, no, I haven't. Yieldification. Well, it's been crushing Ethereum. Should have threw some ETH at this thing, huh? Hot damn. Look at this thing. 1200, that's a 12x, 13x versus Ethereum in the past few months, 2 months. I've not heard of this one. YDF. We got Straight Crypto with us today. What's happening, Straight Crypto? Good to see you here in the live chat. Next blue chip in the making. I like the confidence out of this one. Certainly crushing Ethereum in terms of performance. Would not chase it now, but I'll watch it. I'll definitely start watching this one. Thank you for letting me know about that, Matthew Deckert. Sloppy Seconds 90. Interesting name you got there. Sloppy Seconds 90 saying lost 400 XRP panic pulling. Learned a lesson today. Yeah, definitely don't panic in the markets or you're going to get your money taken from you. Definitely a good lesson there. Jonathan Miller saying thoughts on OMI chain. Don't know too much about OMI to give my thoughts on it. If you're talking about Ecomi, or thoughts on OMI, yeah. Not my favorite, but I'm aware the NFT thing, they got cartoons and superheroes with it, like Deadpool, I believe. Some other big ones, Spider-Man. Let's check out their Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, by the way, guys. Yeah, this one has a lot going for it. They're with Marvel. I don't own it. I don't own any of this. But yeah, guys, follow me on Instagram at Crypto Empire Co. All right, gonna start pumping Instagram content again as well. And so follow me. Rigoberto saying he's gonna load up on Bitcoin if it goes to $390. We got BK with us. What is up, BK? See you on the basketball court soon. I'm gonna jump shot in your face and swish it. I'm sure it'll be a good game though. Good to see you here in the live chat, BK. Let's see. Chris saying could be a pump and dump. Could be. Always could be. Matthew saying that you get 150% APR staking as well. Interesting. Or providing liquidity maybe. Let's check that out. Check out their site. Guys, we got a lot of people just coming into the live stream right now. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. If you want my take on the current price action, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you're going to have to rewind to the beginning of the stream where I covered everything. For now, we're just looking at a few low cap gems, looking at some altcoin charts, and of course, interacting with our live audience. So yeah, YDF, I'm going to have to look at this one on my own time. I don't want to bore the live stream looking at YDF. Certainly interesting. It's up 12x versus Ethereum in the past 2 months. Crazy. Michael asking Connor, given CRO and LCX, which one do you think will bring that 1000x next bull run? By the way, why are you so bullish on Casper and HBAR? So Michael, I'll answer the latter part of your question first. Reasons I'm bullish on Casper and HBAR. HBAR because of its hash graph technology. It's not necessarily a blockchain. It's a hash graph, hash ledger. Okay? It is technology in a league of its own, and it's much more efficient than typical blockchains that we see, things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Blows them out of the water. And it also is backed by the biggest mega corporations in the world, Boeing, Google, IBM. List goes on. T-Mobile, Deutsche Telekom, right? The biggest corporations that basically, people in those boards basically, own the world, and they're behind HBAR. They run the nodes for HBAR. That makes me super bullish. Casper is a smaller enterprise version, layer 1. And it has a lot of good things going forward as well. All right, so that's why I like Casper and HBAR. Follow the money. And CRO and LCX, look, I despise LCX. If you make money from it, great. But if you use this thing as an exchange, you probably got a few screws up in your head loose, all right? Why do I say that? Read the description of this thing. Let's see. Right here, LCX is a proud member of the World Economic Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Sounds great. I'm going to go buy all of my crypto on the LCX exchange. Right? No, we're never going to do that. But anyway, this thing went like 200x or something last run. Let's just look at the chart. Yeah, it went from 1 penny to 46 cents. I think it was less than a penny. Yeah, it was in 2020, early 2020, it was 0.001 cents to 46 cents. Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Now back down here to 5 cents, right? Don't stand for the fundamentals, but I'm all about making money. So I'm a trader. I don't hate it. I don't date it. I just trade it. But yeah, LCX, it has a much lower market cap than CRO, so you have to assume it's going to outperform it to answer your question there. Michael. I think LCX would outperform CRO. Rigoberto asking any news on Zilliqa. Not that I've heard of. Still like it. It's still good. But no news that I'm aware of on it. Haven't really been checking up on it. Let's see. We got Chris Newton saying, hey, brother, how are you doing? I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking, Chris. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well as well. Straight Crypto saying H-bar is the future. I like it a lot too. David saying high APRs give me Luna flashbacks among others that only lasted a few months and went down in a raging ball of fire. Good point, David. I agree, definitely. BK saying he followed me on Twitter last week. Thank you for that support, BK. I appreciate that. Straight Crypto saying that H-bar is green. Good point, right? It's a carbon neutral friendly blockchain. Most proof of stakes are like that. I mean, don't ignore Elrond. I like Elrond a lot. Also green. Also very good technology that could surpass Ethereum. My top layer ones right now as it stands, right? Not layer zeros, for example, like Cosmos. Top layer ones, Elrond and H-bar are in the front for me currently. Space Boy and Kitty. Thoughts on Rune and Near, please. Thanks. So let's take a look at Thorchain. Thorchain also a great project. Really, really good one. My thoughts, right? Don't ignore the circle. X marks the spot. Going sub $1. Probably like 86 cents for Thorchain. Hanging on by a thread currently down here. Super strong downtrend. Doesn't look good. Rune back to $1. Near, let's take a look at Near. Near on the daily. Man, all these charts, like if things don't bounce here, the only thing that can happen is we bounce or we crash. We're at the lowest support levels possible. So there's only two things that are going to happen. Now with Near, big fat drop on yesterday's daily candle right into this liquidity here. As you can see, it was holding the top of the zone, but you know, yesterday's candle just flushed it out. So yeah, Near looks weak. It looks very weak. I mean, I'm aware that the volume right now is low, so we're getting this crash on low volume. But again, I'll reiterate it. I'm not expecting the real move to happen until after Thursday, 8:30 a.m. when we get those CPI numbers in. Until that happens, I don't think we're going to get the big mega volume selling that I think is coming. And again, for everybody just tuning into the live stream right now, things are looking quite bearish, right? I'm using Ethereum as kind of my main point of analysis over Bitcoin. And Ethereum below 1280 is super bearish. If we are to see this sell-off get saved, we need to bounce today and close this daily candle above $1,300. If that does not happen, it's bad news, okay? I said it earlier, $1,000 ETH, highly possible here, right? This can be a big 15-20% move. And let's just take a look very quick. If we do get a 15-20% or where that would take us, 15 takes us right to 1080 and 20 1K. All right, but that's where I'm looking, all right? So I just wanted to go over that for everybody just tuning into the live audience right now. What was I looking at, though? Near. I was looking at Near Protocol. So, yeah, if that's going to happen on ETH, obviously Near is going to get crushed. And it would come to my buy zones, right? If ETH drops 15%, this thing's going like 30, 40%, which would take it to $1, $2, $1.75. Let's see. Got a lot of stuff happening in the live chat right now, guys. Smash up that like button. I appreciate all of your support. BK, Connor, check INJ when you get the chance. And David saying, geez, you guys want Connor to look at all 13,000 altcoins? LOL, this live stream's got to end sometime. Yeah, you're not wrong about that, David, for sure. We'll take a look at INJ and then start to kind of wrap things up. Injective in this range still. You can see it's holding above mid-range. That's at $1.63, $1.64 mid-range. Take note of this line. Draw this on your own chart, BK. When this breaks, it's going to come test the bottom of the range. All right, so this is what I would be looking at right now. I will be looking for a break of this trend line. That would be your short entry trigger if you want to trade this. If you're just looking for a buy zone, when it breaks this trend line, it's going to come to the bottom of this range. And then it's going to be like all these altcoins we've been looking at, like Cardano, Near, Thorchain. All of those coins are at the bottom support here. And for example, Cardano already broke it. All right, so that's my thoughts on INJ. Watch this trend line. If it can hold the trend line, obviously it's going to bounce, which is why if you're looking for a short entry trigger on a trade, the easiest thing to do would be wait for a confirmed breakdown with the retest. You go short on the retest and ride it down lower. But that's INJ. Andy Dangy saying, hey, have you guys ever seen a project where none of the early buyers sold a single token? Skull Finance is literally the only one, and they're mooning. Andy, thank you for letting me know about that. But where the market is right now, I'm not really interested in it. Let's see, BK, HBAR is the one that did patent their technology. Yes, they do have a patent, I believe, on one specific part of their code, and that specific part of their code is not open sourced, meaning that nobody can see what it is. And being that, you know, Google and IBM and all the other mega corporations are behind it, they're probably hiding something that they don't want us to see. But whatever, we're here to make money. But yes, they do have a patent about one small part of their code that's not open source. Chris saying, people have to stop falling in love with certain coins and projects. Like Connor said, trade it, don't date it. You got it, Chris, right on the money. I agree with what you're saying. Matthew saying, speaking of green, have you heard of the IMPT presale currently in stage 1 presale? I have not heard of IMPT in the presale. I've not heard of that one. IMPT, Impact. Never heard of it. Interesting. I'll look into it though. Thank you for letting me know about that one, Matthew. Christopher saying ETH, the WEF. Yep. ETH is right. JR saying, no need to trade when staking earns passive income. Just get a real job on the side and give it a few years. Yeah, cash flow is everything, man. Get a job, start a business, do something, right? Don't be staring at the charts all day unless you make your living from, you know, trading. But yeah, trading is a job for sure. So whatever, if you want to stay in crypto, you can certainly put those winnings into staking. 1,000 ways to skin the cat. There's no wrong way to do this. Chris saying, damn bro, I remember when Thor was above $10, shaking my head. Yeah, me and you both, Chris, but now it's $1.50, about to be sub $1, so strap in your seatbelt. We're going lower. Chris saying that bull run is around the corner and Skull Finance will come out on top. Skull Finance. Never heard of Skull Finance. Super low cap. Little NFT project, huh? Hey, I'll check it out after the stream. Not going to talk about it right now, though. Thanks for letting me know about that one, guys. Slap up that like button. Let's see. David saying, most important question. Black Friday sale coming on Crypto Empire Discord membership? 100%, David. I will have a Black Friday sale. It's probably going to be the best sale. I mean, Black Friday is the day for the best sales ever. But yeah, we're going to do a very good sale for sure. So if you guys are waiting to join, you might as well wait like another month and a half for that. It's going to be good. All right, guys, with that being said, crazy live stream today. We got Don Ragnar with us. Big shout out to Don Ragnar. saying head and shoulders on Solana on the 1 week time frame. Certainly we'll take a look at that, Don, then go ahead and wrap up this stream. Let's see, BK saying, people need to stick to 1 to 2 coins and study the trend, then trade the heck out of it, LOL. Also try to get close with team and get insider info. For sure, BK. In crypto, we can do that. We can't do that necessarily in the stock market, but in crypto, opportunities are aplenty. Solana 1 week. Little head and shoulders action. Let's go clean this up. So with Don Ragnar here, long-time Crypto Empire supporter. Good to see you in the chat, Don. What Don Ragnar is referring to with this head and shoulders, let's go to a clean Solana chart. This is too annoying for me. Not really. You don't have a left shoulder is the problem. You could say that this is your left shoulder. But what you do have is you have a very clear kind of support neckline down here at 30 bucks. This is the Bitget chart, so we don't get the full data. So not necessarily a clean head and shoulders, but we have the base horizontal support, and we also have the base or diagonal support coming into play with this trend line. All right, so when this breaches, they are pretty much at the same spot. When this breaches on the weekly, yeah, this is gonna go to, let's go to my other Solana chart now. Yeah, this is gonna go to like 20 bucks next, and then there's a level here at 12 to 15 bucks next for Solana. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to break that line first, take it one step at a time. And then we're going to look at the dollar. Yeah, Chris saying no head and shoulders. More macro. More macro. Let's take a look then. Okay, I see you, Don. I see you. Okay. I see what you're referring to now. We're going to get rid of everything. Clear that. And we have this. Yeah. Yeah, that's there. And we also have that. Okay. So this is ugly. Let's see if we can scope a little entry. I mean, we're at the line now. This is close, guys. Yeah, this thing's about to fall off a cliff if it loses this line, if it loses $30. Stop above the high or this wick, 6%, and let it ride. Yeah. I mean, certainly there, and you have this neckline, so don't ignore that neck. Like, this trend line is the whole entire chart. It loses this trend line. Don't try to fight it. It's down, and it's going to be a big drop. It's going to be like one of these red candles over here. Thank you, Chris Tat, for letting me know it's the more macro head and shoulders. Yeah, I see that, Don. I see it. All right, guys. Great live stream tonight. We covered a lot. If you're just tuning in right now, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right now. We've been going for an hour and 23 minutes. It's 11 p.m. here. I got a big day tomorrow, so I got to get my sleep. Sleep is very important. All right, so thank you for tuning in for today's live stream. This was an emergency live stream, completely unannounced. It was announced 5 minutes before I started in the Telegram group. I'm going to update that link right now after I close this stream out so that everybody can go ahead and join that free Telegram group where I let you know when I'm going live if you don't have YouTube notifications turned on or for whatever reason they come in late. So big shout out to our live audience from all over the world tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support. I'll see all of you guys tomorrow for a YouTube video. We got the new studio cranking. It's time to, we're not playing around anymore. We're moving up. We're moving on up. So thanks for your support, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the next video, the next live stream. Who knows? We might be going live every day. I enjoy it. I know you guys enjoy it. Let's bring back morning domination. Smash that like button if you want me to bring back Crypto Empire morning domination. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Connor from